Hi guys!
Hi. Good morning. It's not the morning, it's the afternoon. Oh my goodness, what have you done today? I will put you on the spot.
I've been on my bike today.
Yeah, well done.
Cleaning garden, autumn flowers, leaves
Yeah.
everywhere.
So many nice.
Planting daffodils. And I've been cleaning house, as usual. Walking
Hinting.
dog.
Yeah.
Washing.
Yeah.
This is it.
This is it.
Done.
This is it. I think Mum should start our own YouTube channel.
Yes.
You should. Yeah.
Yes, I will. In Russian language.
Okay.
Might be better.
Oh, okay. We have competition. Okay.
What you doing?
So discreet and elegantly done. Wow. Oh.
Ты видела, как Сара, она просто сидит в
funny. Yeah, I talk. Okay, I'm talking to the camera. I'm starting this vlog a little bit later than normal. I am just in the middle of uploading last week's video. I uploaded it last night and I realised I had some footage I'd not put in. But anyway, I've edited it now and it's uploading. I just need to make a thumbnail. It was Black Friday just this weekend gone and I ended up going out and buying myself my first pair of high heel shoes, which might not be a big deal for many people, I realise that, but for me it's a pretty big deal because my current wheelchair doesn't accommodate for high heels, but my new one does. So I'm very excited. I've had to order them in because they didn't have my size. They're being delivered either today or tomorrow. They are the Timberland ankle boots and they look very posh, very sassy. I feel like I'm going to look like a bit of a Bratz doll. They are so cute. Oh, very excited to receive those. And then on Wednesday, I have been asked by AccessAble to make a short video for them demonstrating how their new app works. And then on Friday, it's the day of the app launch. So we are off there with Megan and I'm going to be doing a bit of a presentation and showing them my AccessAble video. That is a very loud washing machine. I am sorry. Wednesday is going to be a super busy day. I don't know if I'm going to get much vlogged because it is going to be the day that I film the AccessAble video on. I have a hospital appointment scheduled in at 2 o'clock and I really want to focus all my energy into filming this video for AccessAble, and me and Megan are just going to like head down to the train station straight after the appointment and get ourselves to Leeds, to the German market and wherever the app takes us, because I'm going to let the app decide where we go on the day. So that'll be exciting, but that's going to be a separate video itself. I don't think I'll feature it in this vlog. And then we'll go hopefully get some Instagram photos as well, because I've kind of slowed down with posting, mainly because I have like nothing to post. So I'm going to try and go and get some new photos for Instagram. I'm very excited for the Christmas season. I'm going to be honest with you, me and Mum have been discussing Christmas this morning and neither of us really like Christmas Day. It's just a bit, I don't want to say pointless, but it is just a bit boring. For Amy it's still like really exciting, but I definitely much more prefer the Christmas season and all the festivities and going out, like seeing the German market and tasting all the Starbucks Christmas cups and seeing all the Christmas lights that are out in the streets, and yeah, watching all the Christmassy films. That's what I like to do, but I don't particularly like Christmas Day because it's so quiet and dull. I think unless you have a massive family, which we don't over here, it's literally just me, Mum and Amy. But yeah, unless you have like a massive family, I don't think it's that exciting. I just prefer the build up. I'd love to go to somewhere like Sheffield or Manchester for the day. Mum is always complaining that I never vlog, I'm not working hard enough, and then when I put the camera on, she's like, put it away, I'm not wearing any makeup. It's fine, neither am I. You just have to embrace it.
What is this Christmas? Oh.
My lips look really good on camera. I've not had them topped up at all. Quick lip update for you. But yeah, I had them done in, what was it, April now? And they said to come back every 6 months, but to be honest, I don't even think I need to. I'm really excited for New Year's Eve because I already know what my New Year's resolutions are, and I'd love to tell you them all, but I'm gonna do it properly. I'm gonna film it on New Year's Eve and upload it on New Year's Day, and oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I think I've completed most of my New Year's resolutions. Mommy, you're so beautiful.
What you after, honey?
I feel like everyone started Christmas so early this year. I know so many people on Facebook who are posting all their Christmas decks and, hey guys, we just got our tree up. I'm like, we're not even finished November. Calm down. We're gonna put up our tree on the 1st, and I still think that's a little early. I'm gonna end this bit here and vlog a little bit later on. Oh, if you're watching, I'm a celeb. Who is your favourite? I really like Fleur and Anne, but to be honest, I think they've got a really good cast this year. And also, I love Holly. I feel like she's this national treasure and she's really funny. But I just feel like she needs to stop talking and laughing so much during the trials. Like, Holly, please calm down. She's writing in the diary. What is she planning? What is she planning? Oh, mini festival. Good morning, everyone. So it is now Tuesday and I've just had my shoes delivered. Here they are. How cute. I'm so excited that they're finally here. I have ordered them in a size 7, so they do look quite big. I normally would go for like a 5 or a 6, but they were quite tight on me in the shop, so I bought a bigger size. I'm hoping they'll be okay. I haven't tried them on yet, although Mum has. But yeah, I'm very happy with them. My friend Elisa is just on her way. I think we're going to have quite a chilled out day. I've got some emails to send over to people because I've not heard back from my social worker since I met her, and I don't know where she's disappeared to because we're going to have a meeting this week, and we've not arranged anything, so I need to see where she's gone, where she disappeared to. And yeah, that's all I'm doing today. Good morning, everyone. Today is finally Friday. It's the day of the AccessAble launch, and me and Megan are going to be going down to Sheffield in a little bit. Just waiting for Megan to come, and I'm going to have some breakfast. I've done my makeup. It is now, what time is it? 9:30, 10? Something like that. And yeah, I think we have to be there by 12, and we're going to stop for some food on the way. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm going to tell you a bit of a story of what happened yesterday. I had a bit of a scare. So Mum and Amy went to dance class, and they're normally back for like 5:30, 6ish, and then it got to 6 o'clock and I got a phone call from Megan, which I thought was really odd. Like, sometimes me and Megan do talk over the phone and we'll have a good gossip, but she texted me. Obviously I saw her on Wednesday, so you know we'd said, oh, see you on Friday, so I didn't expect to speak with her last night. So I picked up the phone and I said, oh, hello Megan, are you okay? And she's like, oh my god, I'm so relieved you've answered the phone. Are you okay? Where's your mum? Where's your sister? And I'm like, they're at dance class, I think. And Mum should have been back by then. So I was like, okay, putting 2 and 2 together, why is Megan ringing me? And where the hell is Mum? And then Megan says, there's been a massive crash on the road just off where we live. And there was a van that looked very similar to mine that was involved in the crash. So I had a bit of a panic. But anyway, Mum is safe, Amy is safe. It wasn't their car. Car crashes are scary. Hope everyone involved was okay. there were 3 cars involved. Don't know how 3 cars can collide all at the same time. Okay. Right, I'm gonna turn you off and vlog in a little bit when Megan gets here. Oh, there we go. So we've just arrived. We've parked up. Me and Megan are not in the best of mood today. I'm feeling very cranky. I just want my dressing gown and a cup of tea. And Megan's also not in the best mood, could I show you? Aww, Megan's poorly. My phone's ringing. Can you grab my phone? I think that'll be them. Possibly, yes. Oh, hi. We've just parked up. We're on our way now.
Oh, that's brilliant. I was just making sure you were all right.
First floor. And we'll be directed where to go. Okay. Great. Exciting. I'm not going to vlog much. I might get Megan to film a bit of a montage.
AccessAble Yorkshire. So if you want to tweet about it, please use that hashtag and we will pick it up and hopefully find your tweets as well. So I know in the room we've got lots of our current partners, so it's fantastic that everyone's been able to come along today. But for those of you who don't know so much about us, I wanted to do a quick recap of AccessAble's history and where we've come from. So AccessAble was actually set up under the name Disable Go right back in May 2000 by our founder, a guy called Gregory Burke, really as a direct result of him acquiring an impairment and having been in hospital and rehabilitation for 4 years. He went back home into his community as a new wheelchair user. And what struck Gregory really quickly was how little information there was for him to be able to plan a day out or to simply go out shopping or go to a leisure centre, basically doing everyday stuff. And he was expecting to find information about accessible toilets, about parking, on Google or the websites of the places he wanted to go. And at best he found the phrase disabled access or wheelchair friendly. He said, well, you know, what does that actually mean for me? Because I need to know about the transfer space, I need to know how big the parking bays are. And it essentially got him thinking about, you know, why does this information not exist and could I do something to improve things? So from that initial idea, he went out and talked to lots of different disability groups and carers organisations because he was very aware that his own requirements were his, they were unique to him, and that just because he was a wheelchair user didn't mean that his requirements reflected the needs of other wheelchair users. And equally he realised that somebody with a vision impairment or a mental health issue would want to know very different information about what you could expect when you went to somewhere new than perhaps he would. So he spent a year going around and talking to all of these organisations to get a feel for what they would want from this resource that at that point was just an idea in his head. And back in March 2002, he took all of that information and launched the first version of our website, which is, I think, now through the 7th redesign of the website that we've done. So it's gone through many different looks and feels in that time. But essentially, our aim is to tackle some of the quotes I've got on the screen behind me. And probably one of the biggest ones is someone said to us, for me, disability is the death of spontaneity. I can't just go out on the fly, I need to do lots of planning. So my dad's a wheelchair user with complex needs. And I spent a lot of my time, particularly as a teenager, tired of going to the same pub every Friday night, saying, well, let's go somewhere new. But actually, to get the information to feel confident about going somewhere new was really, really difficult. And when we had very specific needs, particularly around accessible toilets, actually getting that information over the phone was nigh impossible. So I'd ring up and say, can you tell me, do you have an accessible toilet? Most people didn't know what an accessible toilet was, so I was explaining to them that it was a toilet for my dad who has a disability. And then we needed to know very specific information about, door width, because my dad's 6'4", massive guy, massive power chair, And actually, just trying to get that information over the phone was incredibly difficult. And it was that planning, phone calls, researching. And so the aim of what we do is to give people really detailed information that they can rely on. So actually, you can be more spontaneous and trust the information that you're looking at. And the app is a really big thing for us that we've just launched, which Carl will show you. Because the app actually, you can use it out and about in the city. So as things change, you know, the weather starts raining perhaps, you know, you can use the app to go, oh, actually, where's my nearest coffee shop? And you can get that information on the go. Not saying that it always rains in Sheffield, but I was a resident for 4 years and I could get quite wet during that time. The phrase accessible to who, this is what I touched on earlier, you know, actually what does wheelchair friendly mean? You need the detail, you need the measurements, you need the walking distances. And the big thing that we're very passionate about is talking about access information being as important as opening times and location details. So no big retailer would say, actually I'm not going to tell you where my shops are so you can come and spend your money with us. But actually by not providing access information, you're essentially saying, I'm telling you when you can get in and where we are, but I'm not saying whether you can get in the doors or actually use the facilities to spend your £249 billion to spend to save people on an annual basis. So we're very passionate about getting the information out to anyone with an access requirement. We're here to help, obviously, disabled people, but also carers, people with a temporary impairment, people with a long-standing health condition, anyone who just needs to know a bit more about accessibility. And it's not just about mobility impairment, but that's very important. It's looking at the word disability in its widest context. So, what will you find on our website and app? You will find what we call detailed access guides. It's pretty unimaginative in the names. It pretty much tells you what it's all about. But essentially, we produce access guides to all sorts of different places. It could be a leisure centre, it could be a nightclub, it could be a restaurant, it could be a shop, a cafe, or it could be a larger organisation like a university or a hospital. And we produce a detailed access guide either per venue or for each different part of a venue. So for a university, for example, we look at all the different buildings. Or for a hospital, we look at all the different departments and wards, because you know if you get your letter from a hospital that you need to go to that particular department. So you could go to neurology for an appointment, or you could go to visit someone in Ward A. So you need to have that level of detail. So each detailed access guide can collect hundreds of pieces of information, because we know everyone needs to know something different. So for my dad, knowing about the door widths is key. For someone else, knowing as a hand dryer, so you're aware that a hand dryer could go off with your parent with an autistic child, could be the bit that you pick out. So there's lots of different details. But crucially, all the information is factual. So we're not here to judge, to say whether somewhere is good or bad, because that's a decision for the individual, because access requirements are individual. So we give people facts, measurements and photographs from which they can decide whether somewhere's going to suit them or not. And all the information is user-driven. So we have lots of engagement events. We've done a number here in Sheffield, and also, of course, all our Yorkshire partners, particularly Barnsley, Doncaster and Rotherham, to get feedback from users of this service and say, what do you think? How can we improve it? And it's those users who have shaped the new website and the new app. So none of the information we collect is there by chance. It's because someone said to me, for me, that's a really crucial bit of information that I need to be able to make an informed choice about going somewhere. So one of probably the most crucial things about what we do is that all the information on the website and the app has come from an in-person assessment by one of our surveyors. So at AccessAble, we employ just over 60 people. 32 of those people are our surveyors who go out and collect the information to all these different places. And they also maintain it. So each year we come back and do an annual review, because things change, places improve their access, and it's really important that we stay in touch with that and pick up all those changes. So our surveyors spend a lot of their time in accessible toilets, and you'll see why from Carver's presentation, because we get to get a lot of information about those toilets. The surveyors use a surveying tool, like a tablet computer, to collect the information, and that's really important because it means there's consistency. So we're in a very privileged position in Yorkshire, that Yorkshire has frankly led the way for the UK in this piece of work. We have a lot of partners, local authorities, universities, colleges, private sector partners, all based within Yorkshire. But it means that all of our information is collected in the same way. So if you've been using your guide at University of Sheffield as a student, you around Yorkshire and enjoy some of the towns and cities, all the access information is collected in the same way. Or actually, if you're going for a hospital appointment at Sheffield Teaching Hospitals, the information about the accessible toilets is exactly the same as you'd see in the access guide to a leisure centre within the city. So it has that consistency, both in Yorkshire and of course across all of our information across the UK. And we quality assure all our work. The reason I mention it is when we were at Sheffield Teaching Hospitals or Mid Yorkshire Hospitals or Bradford Hospitals, we work with lots of hospital trusts in this area, we're there for a long time, 10 to 12 weeks in one hospital. So it means our surveyors can sometimes know the hospital better than people who work there. So it's really important that someone who's not been there reads the information and it makes sense. So we have that separate process. So as I said, we've been going since the year 2000, and in 2017 we sort of took stock and said, where have we got to, what have we achieved? And at that point we had around 350 partners. Our old website was being used by 1.5 million people a year, and we'd surveyed over 100,000 different places. But what we really wanted to understand was actually what more could we be doing. So we exist as a social mission. We effectively work on a not-for-profit basis. And we thought, well, actually, we're helping 1.5 million people, that's great, but actually, what's the next step? What more could we do? And so we commissioned some research from an organisation called Innovate UK, both to get feedback on who we could be helping, but also what we could do to improve what we did, the website, the app particularly. And we identified that when you look at the number of disabled people, the number of carers, the number of people impacted by disability, looking at friends and family, that actually there were around 20 million people that we felt this information could help. And we also wanted to do more to promote the fact that disabled people have a huge amount of money to spend. And there's a very much a commercial reason for improving access and improving access information as much as it being the right thing to do. And so this was the whole reason behind the development that Cara's going to show you. It's something that we sourced funding for ourselves. We managed to secure £100,000 worth of funding, and that funding has all been used for developing our new brand, the new website and the new app. We're very committed to making sure that no person has to pay to use this service, and you don't have to create a user account, so that you do need an internet connection, but hopefully through some of the free resources in all of the areas across Yorkshire you'll be able to do that. And once on, you can create an account if you want to, but that is optional, so you can use the service with anonymity and you can use it for free. So where we are now, just to give you an idea, we work with 110 local authorities across the UK, and we want to make that more because we don't want there to be holes in a postcode lottery with this service. And again, Yorkshire has really led the way for us in that regard. So we work with all the South Yorkshire authorities, so it doesn't matter which area you live in, you can get this information. We work with around 110 universities and colleges, and again, a key number who are with us today. We work with 55 NHS trusts. I'm going to probably single out Sheffield Teaching Hospital at this point because they were the first of 3 NHS trusts to work with us. They took a bit of a gamble on working with us and they've led the way for a lot of other trusts. And we work with 75 private sector organisations, and one new organisation we work with is Skipton Building Society. They're the first building society or bank to produce accessibility information, and they have done a fantastic job of integrating the information into their website, which is going to be used as an exemplar of best practice by us to the whole of the private sector, and Cara and I will show you some of that information. So just to summarise our partnerships in Yorkshire, we have thousands of accessibility guides available. All of them have been surveyed for that in-person assessment, and all of them have detailed access guides. We also work with quite a few of our organisations to help improve the accessibility of their buildings. So from our surveyor's assessment, we can highlight some easy wins, some things that can be done for very little money, some things that might be a training issue. But we've also got some of our universities and hospitals in particular to look at how accessibility can become an integral part of any refurbishment or project. Because the worst thing you can do is spend money on something and then realise you inadvertently caused an access issue. Or actually by making a small change, simply something as key as the colour of tin of paint, you could actually improve accessibility. So we work with a lot of organisations, not only to provide information, but to actually look at how access can be improved. It was mentioned by Councillor Blake that we do a lot of work here in Sheffield with Disability Sheffield, who are an absolutely fantastic organisation, and some groups also in Barnsley too, who are here at the front. We're really keen to work in partnership with all organisations to improve this information, and it's only by working locally with local organisations that we get the most out of this project. So my colleague Cara, who will now wave, is the lead for Yorkshire, and so if you know of any organisations that we should be talking to, or from an organisation yourself you'd like to work more closely with us, please do let us know, because we're always keen to come and engage with people who are using the surveys or who would benefit from the survey so that they can find out more about it. I've flashed up here some of our Yorkshire partners. I would just say that we don't have complete coverage across Yorkshire yet, but we really hope that this event will be a showcase for what our current partners have done with us, and to show other organisations across the area that actually, there is a benefit to looking at this more widely. It's not just a city or area basis, it is something that's across the whole region, and we really hope this will inspire people to do that. So that's it for me. I'm going to hand over to Cara. A big thank you to all of our partners for coming along, and you haven't heard of us before. We would really love you to help us promote this so it gets out to as many people as possible. And I will be back right at the end to show you some examples of good practice on that, but I'll hand over to Cara. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, so as Anna said, I am Cara Daly. I'm one of the partnership managers for AccessAble, and I am involved in partnership with a lot of our Yorkshire partners. So I'm going to run through a website demonstration with you now and also show you the new app. So for those of you that were familiar with the old Disabled Go site, you'll know that the AccessAble website looks very, very different. Perhaps somewhat more polished is probably the best way to describe it. So this is the main home screen. Again, as with the old site, it very much focuses on the search bar. So it's a search bar with an elastic search function. You can either search via a particular name of the venue that you want to attend, or you could search for a type of venue. So the example on the screen is a community centre, or you can search by location. So for example, you're perhaps coming on a trip to Sheffield for the weekend. You can just search for Sheffield and you'll then get a list of all the local access guides. So just want to also give you an example of the home pages. So for each of the partners that we work with, we have a home page posted on the site, and that will be the direct link to the access guides for that area. So it will give you a little bit of information about the area. This is generally from a bit of a tourist perspective. And then it will also give you links to access guides. So you can search within a particular partner page for specific guides. We also feature guides. So for a local area, again, these will be based on tourist venues. And we also have a things to do area. So you can search by a particular venue you'd like to go to. So if you're looking for a hotel or a B&B, or if you're just out and about and you want to find a coffee shop to go to. For our NHS trusts that we work with, homepage, in terms of the top section of the homepage, looks very, very similar to our local authorities. Again, you can search within the page for the particular hospital that you're looking to go to, and then you have particular tabs to direct you to the specific hospital site. So in this instance, Dewsbury District Hospital and Fields Hospital. We also, again, as with the local authority areas, split it down by department and ward, so it's easy to search. Again, for our education partners, we will direct by featured access guides. So we always say with our university and college partners, if they have events going on, for example graduations, we feature on the homepage the access guides that will be specific to the events they may have, just to make them as easy as possible to find for somebody that may need to utilise them. And again, it's also arranged by buildings and services, so it's as easy to navigate and find as possible. And then for our private sector partners, again, they're hosted, they have their own search function within their homepage, and it just makes those guides easy to navigate and find. So the access guides can also be filtered by symbol. So once you're on your list of access guides, for example, I've got here the list of all of the access guides in the system. If you then want to narrow that down and filter it, you can then filter by particular accessibility symbol that we have. So we used to have 19 access symbols, we now have 32. So if you know that you have a particular access requirement and you need to filter and find a branch that caters to that requirement for you, you can use the filter section. Okay, so what does an access guide actually look like? So the main homepage of the access guide will show you a couple of pictures of the venue. It will give you the main contact information for the venue, and you'll also see the big green button that says View Accessibility Symbols. And if you click on that, it will just highlight the specific access symbols that we have awarded to that venue. The guide is split down into sections. Our access guides are designed to reflect a user's journey through the venue. So from how do I get there? When is it open? Once I arrive, where can I park? So it's split down into a logical order. So take, for example, on the screen, talking about parking. So there's photos. You'll notice with every section that I show you, there's ample photographs. Again, everything that we do on our access guides are based on user feedback. And users tell us that to be able to see pictures, and as well as having the information, be able to familiarise themselves with the pictures of the venue that they're going to just means that they really do know exactly what to expect before they go. So in terms of venue, we'll talk about whether the venue does have its own car park. We'll also talk about on-street parking and drop-off details. If the venue does have a car park, we'll go into detail about do you need to pay, is it free for all users, does it have blue badge bays? If there are blue badge bays, are they bookable? Who do you need to contact if you do need to book them? Whereabouts are they located? The size of the bays, the distance of the bay from the main entrance to the venue. All of that specific information is covered in the guide. And moving to getting into the venue, where is the main entrance? And it will cover things like step-free access, the doors, what are they like? Do they open away from you, towards you? Are they automatic? Are they push-pull? Are they heavy? Are they light? What's the width of the door opening? Again, all of that's covered in the main entrance section of the guide. And once you get into the venue, if there is a reception area, if there's a reception desk, whereabouts is it located? Does it have a lowered section? If there is a hearing lip at the venue, is that located in the reception area? Is it always on? Do staff know how to use it? We'll also talk about things like lighting levels in all the different areas of the guide that we cover. And again, inside access, we do an overview of inside access in the venue. So is there level access to all of the services within the venue? Are there hearing assistance systems around the venue? Does the venue play background music? If they do, is it possible to change the level of background music if required? And also things like motorised scooters, are they allowed in the venue? If they are is there restricted access anywhere? So as Anna alluded to earlier, the accessible toilet section, by far and above, is the most detailed section of our access guides. So we collect around about 1,000 pieces of information. Over 200 pieces of information come from the accessible toilet alone. So it's generally split down into the 5 sections that you can see on the screen. So location and access, features and dimensions, positions of fixtures, colour contrast and lighting, and then overchange facilities if they're included. So location and access, it does what it says on the tin really. It will tell you where the accessible toilet is. Generally it will tell you in location to the main entrance, so how far away is it, where is it in conjunction to the main entrance. In terms of access, do you need a radar key or a specific key to the venue? If you do, where do you go to get that key? The features and dimensions, again, it's like with the main entrance. What's the door like? Is it push? Is it pull? Is it heavy? What's the width? In terms of the handle, is it a lever? Is it a twist lock? All of that little piece of information are included. And what you can't see from this section, because I have to crop it out, but again at the top, there's photographs of the accessible toilet as well. Positions of fixtures, something that Anna already alluded to when she was talking earlier. So this will cover things such as distance of the sink from the toilet. If you can reach the sink from seated on the toilet, can you also reach the soap? Can you reach the hand dryer? Where is the pull cord? What side is the transfer space? And all of this is covered in this section. And then finally, colour contrast and lighting. Do you have good colour contrast between the wall, from the wall and the floor, and lighting levels, whether the lighting as well. And again, again, as I said, if there are baby change facilities, this will also be included in this section of the guide. We've added a new feature on the new website that we didn't have on the old, and this is an easy read option. So for those perhaps with learning disabilities that would benefit predominantly from the photographs and a few sentences explaining the description of the guide, if you choose the easy read toggle, that will then cut down the guide for you. We also have a search function within the Access Guide, so if there's a particular thing you want to know about, such as hearing loops, you can search for that within the guide, and the guide will then highlight the sections that mention that, and also highlight within the text where that's mentioned, just to make it as easy as possible for the user to find out the pieces of information that they specifically need to know about. And the app. So the app works in very much the same way as the website. The search function is exactly the same. The way the Access Guide, perhaps you've come to Sheffield for a weekend away, and you know that there's particular places that you want to go to and visit. You can get those Access Guides on the app before you leave, save them, and they are then usable offline when you are out and about. And that is pretty much it from me and the app. I'm going to hand back over to Anna now, just to run through. So just before we finish for the all-important lunch, which I think everyone's earned, I just wanted to share with you a survey that we carried out as part of our launch of AccessAble. That survey was carried out with our user community. So we have 35,000 followers on Twitter and Facebook, who are a fantastic sounding board for all of the things we want to do with the website and to get advice and guidance. And so this survey was quite a long survey. It took 20 minutes to complete, but we had 845 people respond to the survey. And what we wanted to understand from the survey was how people were looking for accessibility information, what their experience was while they were planning to go somewhere, but also what their experience was like when they got there. And I've just got a few snippets really from the survey to share with you. If you'd like to view it in full, you can get it on our website via our blog very easily. So one of the things we said is, do you actually look for accessibility information in advance? We feel people do, but are we right? And 98% of people who responded said it was crucial to check accessibility in advance before going somewhere for the first time. Something that was very interesting for us, was that 81% of people said that they actually expected to find accessibility information on the website of the venue they wanted to visit. So this really got us thinking about how we could get our information that sits on AccessAble integrated into more websites. So we've got some really good examples of that across the country. But it's a real focus for us now, is actually we want to make sure that for the places that we cover on AccessAble, for the partners who we work with, that our information can be found really easily on those websites. So that from a disabled person's perspective, it's not a hassle of having to open up multiple Google windows, do lots of searches. It's about getting the information where we know people are looking for it, which makes everyone's websites more inclusive and easier for people to use. And we know that's really important because when we said, do you find the information you're looking for, conscious that we don't cover everywhere yet, only 14% of people said that they found the information they needed, and 80% of experienced actually finding information out of date or misleading. So again, getting current, accurate, detailed information on your website is a really key thing. And what we want to tackle is the fact that 75% of people said, well, when I try to go somewhere new, I actually feel really anxious about it. It's a really stressful experience. And 76% of people had said, actually, I've not visited somewhere because I can't find out about the access. And my colleagues and I are actually going to meet in the new year with Welcome to Yorkshire. Because from a tourism perspective, I think it's a real missed opportunity for such an area that's made such a commitment to inclusion, not to have this kind of information on the main tourism offer, which is an easy thing to do. It's just hooking up the two bits of information so that actually if you do hit the tourism pages for the region, you're getting all of the accessibility information that's available.
And what was really compelling in our survey was actually people said if someone's made that commitment to provide information, to look at improving their access, well, I'm much more likely to visit. I'm 98% more likely to visit actually, because I know that that information is there, and I know people are committed to improving access and doing what they can to make the whole experience more inclusive. So I raised that because I know we've got lots of partners in the room. So I just encourage you to look at your own websites and say, well, actually, have we made the most of integrating this information? We have a range of stylish buttons that we encourage our partners to use, because a button's a lot easier to click. If you have a manual dexterity issue, it's a lot easier to spot when you're on a page. And we have loads of colour options of these, so we've worked with lots of different branding teams to make sure that it works well with your websites. But yeah, I think it would be great to get this information more embedded across Yorkshire. And it's not just from a tourism perspective, from a local authority perspective, getting this embedded in things like local offers, into directories from adult social care. I think it's really crucial. Because we see lots of directories that are aimed at improving access for disabled people, and they're saying you can do this and you can do that, and you can visit this place, but actually have no information about can I get in, can I park my car, can I go to the loo. So actually by adding this information, it would make everything a lot more inclusive. And there's a few examples that I just wanted to show, just to bring it to life a little bit for you. So this is an example from Skipton Building Society. So when you go onto their branch locator, you've got a button link for us. You click that, it takes you directly across to the access guide for that particular branch. After this, we're off filming in the Winter Gardens for a little bit of a promotional video. And as you'll see on the website, the Sheffield Council website, there's a link to the bottom right-hand corner to the access guide. And this is an example just from one of our hospital trusts, where if you search for accessibility, this page pops up and it signposts you to all of the access information. So I hope that's helpful to sort of show you how it can work. And we'd say that we really are keen to add links wherever. So if there are event websites for your area or different things going on, you're very welcome to work with us and use these accessibility guides. So ultimately, we just want to get them out to as many people as possible so that they're not missed. So that is it from us. Thank you very much for listening. Lunch should be imminently arriving. On your tables, there are some feedback forms. Now, I would highlight that I've given you a free pen, so there's no excuses not to fill those in. It would be great to hear your ideas on those forms and what we can do better, or where we can promote this information, and any venues you think we might have missed that we can look at considering in the future. Just finally from me, a massive thank you to everyone for coming, and also a massive thank you to Sheffield City Council for hosting us. It's coming up to Christmas, it's a very busy time, so I know that we've added a little bit to the workload, or probably a lot to the workload, of the council officers, Adele and her colleagues, so just thank you very much for hosting us. If there's any questions, I'd happy to take them now, or my colleagues and I will be around over lunch if you prefer to have a bit of an informal chat. But thank you very much.
Of December. As you saw in last week's video, we have bought a new Christmas tree and Amy's just got home, so we're going to put it up.
Dungeons.
She went to York Dungeons, so you want to tell them about your experience?
It's very scary, I don't recommend.
You don't recommend?
I was really scared.
And you're not usually scared of that sort of thing. I'm the one that's a bit of a scaredy cat.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that.
No.
It's horrible.
I don't like anything like jumpy or in the face.
Every second it scared me.
Yeah. I've always said I'd love to go to like a scareground, although I know I wouldn't be able to manage it.
No, you wouldn't be able to. That was not even as bad as a scare.
No.
Oh yeah, I think should round here for the hiding place.
You farted when you...